Hey everyone, welcome back to another perfume tray video. In these videos, I switch out my perfume trays, and I love to have a perfume tray because I do have a pretty big perfume collection. I do like to rotate my fragrances. I like to use my fragrances. I like to see dents in my fragrances, and I have found that perfume trays are just the perfect system for me, and I can rotate my fragrances each month. I have a lot of options. I like to choose about 20 fragrances per month, and I make it a point to use them, update you guys on them as well, and this way I can make sure that I'm giving my collection use. So if for some reason I feel like using one of the fragrances that is not on the tray, I don't stop myself either, but my priority is to use the fragrances that I have on the tray, make sure that they are a fit for me, that I want to keep them in my collection. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe before you leave today's video if you love all things girly, especially perfume talk. With that said, let's go ahead and let's jump right into November's perfume tray. Here is October's perfume tray. If you have not caught up on this tray and the fragrances on this tray, go ahead and check out my channel, check out my previous videos. I have my October perfume tray where I set the perfume tray up, and I also have 2 update videos each month. One update is done in the middle of the month and I update you guys on half of the tray, and then another update is done at the end of the month, giving you guys an update on the other half and just giving you guys reviews on the fragrances and my experiences with them. So let's go ahead and let's empty out the tray. So if you are curious about any of the ones that are currently on the tray, check out those previous videos that I mentioned. And now I'm going to go ahead and clear out the tray, give it a little wipe down, and we're going to start setting up the new fragrances for November. Alright guys, so we're going to get started with November's perfume tray. I am going to be putting pretty cozy scents for the most part. I'm looking at them right now and I'm thinking most of them are pretty cozy scents. So yeah, it's going to be a very nice gourmand, cozy type of month. So I'm going to get started with the first one. This is the only Carolina Herrera Good Girl fragrance that I have in my collection. I decluttered all the other ones that I owned. And this one is the Good Girl Gold Fantasy, I believe is the name. Beautiful, gorgeous gold bottle. I like how this one is very similar to the original Good Girl. The notes are a little bit more simplified. There's been controversy with so many people on whether this is exactly the same as the original or not. To me, they are a little bit different. This one's a little bit smoother and a little bit more simple. It doesn't have as many notes, and I really enjoy this one, but I have not given it enough use. So we're going to be using this one this month. Next up, I'm going to be adding one that I did have on the tray about 2 months ago, but I really want to wear it in the cold weather. I've really been enjoying this one, but I felt like it was going to be even better once the temperatures just got lower. And this is BDK Rouge Smoking. This is a cherry scent. I'm not going to get into too much detail about these fragrances because that is where the updates come in. So I'm just going to show you what I'm placing on the tray. It's going to be a very quick, simple video, but BDK Rouge Smoking is in 3 words: sexy, cherry, smoky. So these next 2 I have had for a while. I got them while I lived in Puerto Rico, so I haven't experienced these in cozy fall winter months. So I really want to see how I feel about these. I know that one of them I absolutely love, and then the other one I'm kind of iffy about it. So I'm going to see which one I love, if I'm going to end up keeping both of them or if I'm going to declutter one. But for sure, I believe this is the one that I love. This is by Van Cleef and Arpels, and this one is Bois d'Or. This is the one that I really like because this one has like a smoky, almondy, very cozy scent. This is so cozy and so yummy and perfect for cold weather. So I hope that I still love it as much as I did. And then the other one that I have from this same house, they look exactly the same. This one is Bois Diamant. I'm sure I am saying that wrong, but I got these two together and they were pretty pricey, but I did get them at a discount, and I want to try them out this month and see if I love them and if I'm going to be keeping both of these. So I'm very, very excited. They're both very almond heavy fragrances, and you guys know I love almond, but this one was kind of like iffy for me. Sometimes I liked it and other times I was picking up some notes that I just wasn't really enjoying. So I cannot wait to try these out this month. Next up, I'm going to be adding Lattafa Nebras, which was in a perfume haul recently, and I want to wear this one. I want to get to know it better, even though it is very, very similar to Billie Eilish, but I want to wear this one this month and see how much I like this one, because from smelling it, when I talked about it, when I hauled it, I felt like I might prefer this one. So it felt a little bit smoother, a little creamier. So I'm very excited for this one. Next up, I'm going to be putting a discontinued fragrance, but I want to give this some use. I want to see if I'm going to keep this one because many of you guys have told me that this smells like when C was first released. So if any of you guys remember when Giorgio Armani was first released, C, that perfume smelled kind of different to the versions that are out now. But I do have this flanker, which was C Intense. I don't remember which year this came out, but a lot of you guys told me that this smelled like the original one. So I want to give it a try now that it's going to be really cold here, and I cannot wait to see if this reminds me of the C that I fell in love with when it was first released. Next up, I'm going to be putting the 2 bottles from the vanilla collection from Zara. I chose Vanilla Vibration, so I'm going to be trying this one out this month, as well as Supreme Vanilla. So I did not know that Supreme Vanilla was so polarizing and super controversial. So we're going to be getting into it this month. I hope nothing changes with this one because I did really love it when I tried it. Next up, I'm going to be adding Elizabeth and James Nirvana Bourbon. I talked about this one in my vanilla perfumes video and it just made me crave it. I'm just so ready for this woody vanilla scent. Next up, I'm going to be adding one that I have loved for about 3 years now, and it has been getting really strong now that it's been sitting in my collection. So this year I'm gonna decide if I'm going to part ways with it or not, which I don't want to at all. I'm going to find a way to soften this up, maybe mixing it with something a little bit creamier. But this is Killian's Angel Share. You guys know that I call this my coquito fragrance. It reminds me of when you're making coquito. It reminds me of the spices that you put into it. So I love this for Thanksgiving. I love this for fall time, but it gets stronger the longer it sits in your collection. And as you can see, it's like almost full because when I use this, I only do like 2 sprays of it because it's so strong. So hopefully in the cold, this can work for me like it used to, because in Puerto Rico, I would only be able to wear it when I went to go visit my dad in the mountains, and it was really cool because in the heat, it's just suffocating. This one is really, really nice. I want to try the Juliana's perfume version of this because Opinionated Scents mentioned that she prefers that one, and I've been really curious about that since then, but we're gonna see how this goes this month. Another one that I'm going to be making my mind up about because I've always gone back and forth with this one. The bottle is also pretty much full and I love the dry down of it so much, but the opening is a little bit difficult. And this is Replicas by the Fireplace. So I'm going to be wearing this one here in the cold, especially this week. We are getting very, very cold weather. So I'm excited to try this one out. This is like a woody, very smoky fragrance. Next up, I'm going to be adding another new fragrance to my collection. This is by Razazi and this is Ibar. So this is like Casablanca mixed with like a nice airy, fluffy vanilla. And I am really, really excited to start wearing this one. And I'm thinking it's only going to get better the longer it sits. I love to add 1 or 2 fragrances in my tray that are just like easy reach. I know I love them. I know they're great for bedtime. They're great to be at home, great for appointments and things like that. So I'm going to be adding Dead Cool Taunt, which is a beautiful vanilla scent. It's ambery as well. And it just smells so cozy and perfect for this time of the year. Another one that is super duper cozy cozy. I don't even think it comes in this packaging anymore. It's in a different packaging, I believe. This is amazing. I haven't talked about this in a while, so for my new subscribers, I'm going to be talking about this one this month. And this is another one for those caramel gourmand lovers, and this is by PINROSE, and this is called Secret Genius. You guys see the color on that? This is going to be so good this year, and I just cannot wait to start wearing this one again. Next up, I want to finish this bottle up because I think that I'm not over this fragrance because I've always recommended it for fall and winter, but I have been wearing it for like 3 years in a row, and once I finish this bottle, I might just wait a while before I repurchase it. So I just want to finish this bottle up because I want to finish up some bottles. I need to make some dents, get rid of some fragrances. So here is Jimmy Choo Elicit. It's a spicy ginger caramel, really nice fragrance, but yeah, I need to finish this one up. Next up, I'm going to be adding another fragrance that I just have not fallen in love with this. It's always been a like, and I think it's really nice, but I have not fallen in love with it. And I want to see if now that it has sat for a while, if maybe it has gotten better, because I have seen people say that this fragrance, it took them like a really long time to get to like it. So this is by Killian, and this is Love Don't Be Shy. So I wanted to add this one just to have a sweet scent, and it's always been like a like, and I have used it before, but as you can see, the bottle is pretty much very full, so I want to use this one. Next up, I'm gonna be adding a new released fragrance, and this one I was having a little bit of trouble with the opening, but I love the dry down so much, and I feel like many people might be going off of the opening, because if you spray this on at the store and smell it and go based off of what happens when it first sprays out, you might not be able to get like that beautiful dry down. And this is Dolce & Gabbana Devotion. This does come off a little strong and synthetic in the opening. I will agree with a lot of you guys who have said that. We all have different skin though, so I know that maybe on some it might stay that way, but on my skin it turns into this beautiful, airy and fluffy vanilla. It's like a dessert, and then that lemon is just in the background. It's not overpowering it, even though in the beginning it is. So if it stayed the way that it was in the beginning, I would have probably returned this. But so I'm excited to use this one this month. Next up, we're gonna add some brightness in here because there's a lot of dark colors, a lot of like ambers going on, but I want to use this. I got it not too long ago, so I'm very excited to start wearing it. And this is Valentino's Donna Born in Roma Pink PP, and this bottle is gorgeous. I love the bottle, and I'm very excited to start wearing this month and talking to you guys about this one with way more detail. Next up, I'm going to be adding another sea flanker. This one is also discontinued, but I don't want it to go bad. I don't like to talk about discontinued fragrances too much, but for those of you who have it and can enjoy it with me, this is Giorgio Armani's Seafiori. This is such a creamy, it's like a strawberry creamy smelling scent. It makes me think of strawberries, but I believe is it blackcurrant that's in here? I don't even remember the notes anymore, but it's just a very like creamy, strawberry milkshake type of scent, along with like some florals in there. Really nice scent. Next up, I'm going to add one that I got in a recent haul, and I want to see how I feel about it because I have not given it a full wear. I have only hauled it and I let it sit for like a month, so I want to see how this has changed, if it has changed. And this is by Cacharel. This is Yes, I Am. I believe this is Glorious. I will be putting the name on the screen if I got that wrong, but super cute nude lipstick bottle. And this one I remember smelled so much like gummy bears when I tried it. It did get a little screechy towards the dry down that day, so I'm hoping this one will work for me, but we shall see this month. Another fragrance I want to add to this tray, I'm kind of adding more than what I have been doing lately, but I do need to test these out, see what I'm still loving and all of that. So I was close to decluttering this one, and I changed my mind because I think it is harder to find now, and I didn't want to regret it. So this is Gandal by Night, and this is one of the only cherry fragrances I kept in my collection, along with a couple more, and I want to wear it this month to see how it's doing, how it's smelling, and how it smells in cold weather. I'm very excited for this. This can either go really good, or we might break up. we'll see. Next up, I'm going to be adding 2 small Kayali fragrances. One of them was in last month's tray, but I want to continue to use it this month. And this is Kayali's Oud Gasm Vanilla Oud 36. I want to keep wearing this one this month, along with Kayali's Deja Vu White Flower, which has changed up in color so nicely. And I really like this one, but I just couldn't wear it in the heat. So I'm so ready to wear this one. We're going to add 2 more, and that's going to be it for this month's tray. This one's going to look like so out of place. The colors are gonna bother me, but I'm not gonna let my OCD get in the way. This is by Pacifica, and this is Silver Moon. I really liked this one when I showed it in my haul. It was just a very nice cozy scent, a little spicy as well. Perfect for bedtime, perfect for staying at home. So I'm happy to have this type of scent. I'm not sure why they don't put caps on their fragrances though. That's like driving me crazy, but I cannot wait to wear this one this month. And last but not least is going to be one that was on my tray last month, and I wasn't too happy with the longevity, but I wore it yesterday, and it's like one day it's like not making me happy, and then the next I'm just so in love with it. So I'm going to wear it again this month because I just couldn't get enough. And this is Killian's Princess. So yesterday I wore this one and it smelled so freaking good. The longevity on this one is not the best, but the scent is so good, so I forgive it. And I actually tried the Eau Fresh version at Sephora this past weekend, and that one smells really nice too. So yeah, I'm gonna be adding this one, and that's going to be the last fragrance for my November tray. So those are all of the fragrances. I hope that you guys enjoy this tray. I'm really excited. I was so ready for some new fragrances. October felt like it took forever, and now I'm so ready to try all of these fragrances out and see what happens, if we're going to have some declutters or if I'm gonna end up really loving all of them. So I want to hear your thoughts on these fragrances. Let me know what you think is going to happen. Let me know your experience with them. Do you love them? Do you hate them? And I hope you guys are looking forward to a new month with new fragrances to talk about. And I cannot wait for all of the content. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you guys in the next one.